let's go to Europe.
Did you know the London Bridge was built the height that it is so it could fit a giraffe underneath? I mean, not really, but with London's 2,000-year history, who would know? Or this street, where they got the name for the mobile phone. And don't even get me started on the Royal Guard. If you whisper Boris Johnson to one of them 3 times, they have to stamp their foot. London's full of history, it's full of mystery, and now it's got me. I'm here for 10 days, so let's see what I can get up to and make up. I'm intruding on their lunch. So take the tube, see the sights, make up some facts, grab a pint and wait for all this to blow over. First things first, to pay for your travel, you just need a contactless card, which is just your Visa debit card in most situations, or you can get an Oyster card. London's transport is amazing, but during peak hour the lines move pretty fast. Please don't stop and look around once in a while, or you'll block the escalator. Once you've sorted out the tube, you've got to get yourself a pint. No better place to grab your first pint than at the Churchill Arms. The old building is covered in flowers and flags. Inside, it serves incredible Thai food, and Winston Churchill himself once described it as absolutely smashing. Built in 1750, the pub was frequented by Churchill's grandparents and is known for serving real ales and authentic Thai cuisine. Or you can go to any number of pubs really, and each one has its own story. Each one will serve you plenty of beers. Cheers. If you like things, you got to come to the British Museum. It has all the things, and even stolen things. They're just keeping them safe. And the best part about the museum, it's absolutely free. Once inside, you'll be able to spend hours upon hours looking over the exhibits that detail the history of the world. From huge exhibits that hold entire walls and buildings, right down to the small, intricate items that have been found over the years. And the even smaller items. Yikes. It documents the story of human culture from its beginnings to the present. Established in 1753, the British Museum was the first public national museum. Guarded by cats, the museum houses over 8 million artefacts and is the oldest museum in the world. In 1850, a snail was resurrected in one of the exhibitions and went on to live 6 years after being removed from the museum. London Eye will give you stunning views of the city. Just be careful which pod you choose. One doesn't spin and it'll have you upside down by the time you get to the top. For those of you that believe in time, here at the Royal Observatory they have a line where it all began. And if you just step across, you go back in time, literally. The Royal Observatory is more than just a line in the ground. It's home to multiple exhibits on time, clocks, and astronomy. Wow! It's also home to the world's only continuum transfunctioner. So go down to the Royal Observatory. It's a nice walk out there. It's an expensive line to see if that's all you're after, but go in if you want to see the exhibits and learn about time.
Let's go over here.
Covent Garden's home to boutique shops, some not so boutique shops, market stalls, and a street performer or two. Wasn't always this upper class though. Prior to all the fancy shops being here, Covent Garden was infamous for its traffic in sex work. Brothels everywhere, which required an act of parliament to get it under control. Nice. Right next to Buckingham Palace is St James's Park. We can go for a nice relaxing stroll. Don't be too surprised if you see some pelicans. They were gifted by the Russian ambassador in 1664. And I didn't even make that one up. Camden Market is where you'll find vintage street clothes, alright street food, and an unlimited number of people claiming to be in an indie band. My mate's cousin's sister told me that Camden Market in the greater city of London is actually London's 4th largest attraction. It's said that around 100,000 people mosey around the stalls and shops every single weekend. With almost 300 stalls and over 50 shops, there's plenty to see in the markets, as long as you're tall enough. I'm here in the middle of the day, in the middle of the week, and it's still pretty busy. I have been here on a weekend before, and it's insane. that's it for my time in London. The place is over 2,000 years old, so I'm not going to have covered everything in one video. My audio didn't work on this clip as well, so that's why I'm doing the dubbing. Subscribe and like and comment if you want anything else covered. I'm off to the Baltics next, so see you in Estonia. Love you.
Thanks. I'm glad you came along.